Welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got
Kyle McIntyre.
Kyle McIntyre.
Come on. Look, the only, well, not the only one. Oh, not the only Kyle. Okay? There's a lot of Kyles out
There's
there.
a shit ton of them.
Do you know, I was watching some shit on Instagram, whatever, and the guy was, his name was Kyle. He was like doing stand-up comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, you only live once kind of situation. Is kind of what he's talking about. He's like, have you ever met an old Kyle? And I was like, shit. He's right. I don't know of like, someone even older than me that's named Kyle. Except for, I think this guy was only a couple years older. But I was like, dang, this is right. Well, what's going to happen to me? Is it like the order of the universe?
You hit 40 and you just
like,
die.
Dang, yeah. It's like, that is interesting.
Death just comes to you. It's like, all right.
I start looking up obituary shit, and I have like a chart on the wall, like Charlie, like Kyle, 1974. Where did he go?
36 years old, just vanished. And death takes you. It's like, did I do
all Kyles?
Yeah, all Kyles. Once you hit like 36, he's like, all right, you guys come with me, son. He's like,
well, we tried to get you when you were 27, but we lost track of you.
we heard your band, and we knew that you weren't gonna go anywhere. You weren't gonna be alone.
We didn't want you to get too popular.
The 27 Club.
Yeah.
So, did I do a good job? Well, you did the best job, son. And he put you with the rest of the Kyles, and you're all just like shooting guns off, playing video games, like
punching drywall and drinking
sick.
Monsters, and like,
this is sick. Xbox, let's go. Halo LAN party.
The biggest LAN party.
You're like, what the hell is this? Well, is this heaven or hell? It's like, it could be both.
Mountain Deweys, chicken tendies.
Yeah.
Just all of it.
This is Miller High Lifes. Like, hell yeah, dude. Anyway. What about, okay, this is another name bit kind of thing I want to jump up. What about like
is this your, wait, hold on. Is this your open mic?
No. Well, I guess, no, but it's like a grown man named Skyler.
A grown man.
Like you named your kid that. All right, Skyler. 40 years old. What's your name, Skyler?
It's like a child. It's like at a certain point, the kid's name isn't Timmy anymore. He can't be Timmy his whole life. It's Tim. Yeah. Tom, Tommy, but Skyler, it's like that. What's the short version of that?
Sky, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sky sounds better.
I was at work and
were your parents Native American? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Real name Skyler. Well, it was just like, I saw a customer at my work. Like, I don't remember if took a return or fulfilling an order or something like that. And I'm like, I said kind of out loud, I'm like, grown ass man named Skyler. Didn't think that one out, huh? A coworker just starts laughing. He's like, oh my God. You don't think about these kids. You think about tons of little kids named Skyler.
Yeah.
You think a grown ass man.
Or another one, Hayden. That's another one.
Yeah. I think I've only ever known like a coworker. He was still like a kid, like a teenager. Grown Hayden. Yeah.
Yeah. As a man. What's that? As an older gentleman.
Like an old bearded man or like old grandpa.
I guess what.
Hey, Grandpa Skyler. Hey, Grandpa
Skyler. Maybe Grandpa Skyler's fine, but there's like an age like
I don't think that's fine either.
Really? I think that's more like, I think that's better.
Better than like middle age.
Yeah, like 30s to 60s.
Yeah.
Skyler.
I'm 34 now. Are we in our mid 30s?
Yeah.
All right, we're mid 30s now. No longer early 30s.
No. We're still dirty 30s though,
Yeah. A coworker, I was like, I had my birthday last week, and I'm like, oh, how was your birthday? I'm like, oh, it was all right. Nothing crazy really. My sister gave me a gift, which was Breath of the Wild from
boy,
Zelda, which I'm like, it's fucking rad on the Switch. It's fun ass game. Anyways, and I'm like, oh, my sister gave me a Nintendo game, like her grown ass brother. We're talking about grown ass men, and I'm like, I'm playing it.
Yeah.
She got me a Nintendo game for my birthday, and someone was like, that's cool. It's like she was trying to make a point, but it sounded like a stoner. She's like, if you think about it, you're like every age, even though you're 34, you were like 30 and 21 and like 15. So you were like every age you are now. And I'm like,
good.
And I'm like standing there with other coworkers. I'm like, how high are you? She's like, no, my point is, I'm just saying you should embrace, I'm like, no, I get it. I mean, I enjoy the fucking thing. I'm not like saying like, oh, I don't enjoy the Nintendo. I do.
Yeah.
Fucking rad. And she's like, her point just wasn't making sense. I'm like, that sounds like the highest, dumbest logic.
Yeah, that's almost like saying, oh, I'm 190 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because I was once.
But I'm also and some.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, a little derailment there. Shit, we got to try not to do that this week. We did not do that this week because last week we didn't even get to a topic. So
that's
Kyle,
perfect. It's great.
That's all we're supposed to do. It's awesome, dude. Kyle, what's new in your world? What's shaking? What's grooving?
Well, I think I talked about getting my driver's license, right?
Yeah.
I actually got it. I know you're sweating up, dude.
Yeah,
you're like fogging up. Put on those wipers, dude.
It's definitely getting hotter.
Is it warm up over there?
Yeah, it's like we're finally feeling the heat.
Yeah. All right. Well, while you clean up those shades, those specks, I'll keep talking. So, I got actually got my license in the mail. Like it came really quick.
Oh shit!
Like they told
sick ass updates. So I went to go get it, and then I got it.
And now I got it. So stupid.
Like, why didn't we get to what's news last time? Oh, because we're talking about actually receiving the fucking driver's license.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. I talked about going. Last week we talked about the journey of driving across Texas to get this.
Yeah. And now you have the thing. So
well, they told me it was gonna be like 2 weeks, and so it was like,
oh, you got it faster than that? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm teasing. But yeah.
Yeah, it came sooner, which is sick. Hell
yeah.
They did the anyways, it came sooner, so you're like super stoked. It'd been great. Like I think in California they give it to you right then, or at least I've had that where they give it to you, or like when you lose your card at the bank, they give it to you right then. You know. But this is like, all right, 2 weeks. I'm like, all right, well, this little piece of paper, like, what happens if it rains? It's in my pocket. What's gonna happen? Well, you're screwed. I got my ID.
I'm gonna have to pay in change.
Yeah, exactly. So I did what any Texan does when you get your driver's license. I went and bought a gun.
Yeah.
I actually bought it with that piece of paper.
Yeah.
Actually, before I got my hard piece, like the plastic card.
Mm.
So I bought like a carry.
Yeah.
Like concealed carry gun. So I'm stoked on that. Just a little guy. I don't want to flash it on screen because we want to get demonetized because we're just raking it in right now.
Demonetized. Yeah.
Anyways, it's just I like SIG pistols, and that's what I got. So stoked on that.
This one's
haven't taken it out.
Dude.
Yeah, it's fucking SIG sour, dude. It's like a sweet and sour. So anyways, that I think that's cool. I'm really stoked on that. It's like I have other pistols, right? But they're like huge compared to this thing. This thing's like super tiny, so like it like fits like in like my hand is bigger than the gun.
Yeah.
Like, anyways, it's cool. And since I'm a Texan now, I went and tried to get a mullet at a place, just get my, business in the front, party in the back. They didn't really do. I think I gave them bad. Like it's like bullshit in, bullshit out kind of situation,
Yeah.
I gave them bad. Like, I want to keep my hair long on top, and I didn't realize like, well, your mullet usually it's shorter.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta commit.
I know. I didn't realize that I was fucking up the system.
Yeah.
I wanted to dress up, dress down with it. Also, I didn't want to skull it.
Yeah.
I want to I'm like sickly.
Yeah.
But I still have it long in the back, and it's like short on the side still. So,
Yeah.
but it's still long on top. So I think I just got to go in for another sesh.
Yeah, I've
Get
done that where I got a haircut and I was kind of I think one of the first haircuts I got back or got after COVID, because it was just like a lot of just at home me cutting my hair, which I can kind of do if it's like longer and I spike it or do whatever emo haircut or whatever. It's still totally fine because it doesn't need to be clean. It's better if it's choppy and shit. And then I was like, okay, I'm starting to get cleaner haircuts or whatever, and then I started doing it myself, and I'm like, I can't make this work. And so I was like, okay, maybe I just won't go lower than an 8. And then I'm like, well, it's still kind of long. And then I would I put a 6 guard on it, and I was like, I'm getting shorter, get to a 4. I'm like, I need to stop. I'm gonna be bald on the side and back of my head if I keep going.
So I think we decided on a 3 on the side, so it's not like skin, but it's short, and that's really what I wanted. So like my hats were like I was having to like bring the next notch on my hats, I'm like I just want, and it's hot as fuck, so I'm like I want, especially around my ears, is really what I wanted to take care of. So get rid of that shit, and I did wear it one day. I went to like a meeting at work, and I kind of dressed up a little bit, and no one even noticed. I looked like a freaking trailer park supervisor.
Well, I guess when I gave the guy advice. I'm like, oh, leave everything on the top, because that's when I had my like bangs and the top of my hair because it was growing out. I had it down to like my chin.
Yeah.
I'm like, leave all that. And he's like, okay, well, I'll cut out some of the dead ends, so it's like I'm not gonna cut out a whole bunch. And then when I was trying to style it, because I'm like, oh, bring it down to a 2 and fade it, and then it was so long on the top, and it looked like it took so much to try and style it. And I'm like, I fucked up. So next time I went, I was like, just do what you got to do. Bring it down to a 2 on the sides and the back, and And he's like, okay.
Is it Diana Ross? Is that one from Thunderdome? Is that her in the? Oh no, Tina Turner. You look like Tina Turner with that hairstyle you had.
It was like really just shade. Yeah,
just kidding.
And it was.
I'm kidding.
It was fine, but if I tried to do the pomp thing, it was too much hair to pomp up.
Yeah.
Just like,
well, I think that's what I'm fighting is like. I wanted to do stuff with it, but I'm like, I'm just slicking it back basically because there's just so much of it.
Too much hair. That's why you kind of like.
And it's hard to keep it up. It just wants to fall down. So it's like, all right,
it's gotta let the barber.
I
do
fucked
his thing.
up. Yeah, but I also didn't want to look like fucking Theo Von. Like,
yeah. So like, my favorite type of weed is cocaine.
Yeah.
Oh.
You were saying it. I'm like, what's the only thing I've ever heard him say? I'm like, oh, that. Yeah. Okay.
It's actually kind of funny. But anyways,
I never really. I listened to like kind of half of the episode he did with Shane. I'm like, I can't really get into this.
Yeah, it was hard. That was rough actually.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just Shane wasn't like responding well to his like humor.
Yeah.
Or like or vice versa.
Well, yeah, when he did last year or whatever, when Shane did his like West Coast podcast tour to promote his special, some of them were hit and miss. Like,
yeah.
The Adam Carolla one was actually pretty good. Bert Kreischer. That guy's all right. I don't really think he's that funny. I can't really get into him.
I don't even know who that is. Bert Kreischer?
He's the fat guy who always has his shirt off.
Oh, God, I hate that guy.
And I really have been trying.
I was hanging with the Chechen mob.
That's not real.
Story.
That's not.
No one gives a shit.
Anyways, I understand. It's like, yes, comedy and everything. It's like you make up funny stories, but I'm like, this is so unrealistic that it's not funny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was texting Johnny because he likes Bert, and so does Eric. So we go to comedy shows together. I'm like, okay, well we find a lot of the same shit funny. I'm like, okay, I should give Bert Kreischer a shot. I'm like, I just can't get into him. And I'm like, okay, the most popular story of his is The Machine. And I'm like,
oh yeah,
that's the joke of him, the Russian mob or mafia, whatever. And it's like, oh, he's the machine. Da, da, da. I'm like, where's the funny?
Yeah. I watched like a special of that one guy from Community. With the guy from he's like a teacher in the show. He had his own Netflix special, like stand up. He didn't tell like he just told stories of like people he's met. Yeah, like famous people and like story. I'm like, this isn't funny at all.
Yeah.
It's like you just talking. It's not fun. People are like, "Oh yeah, I remember that one episode." It's like this isn't
comedy,
like good
or it's not stand
content at all.
Mhm.
Anyways, Ken something I can't remember, but he's funny in the show. But it's like he's just talking. Like this is like a TED Talks.
Yeah,
where
no,
it's
there's
not
definitely
informational.
And with everything and like comedy, music, everything is subjective. But that was one I was like, and I was texting Johnny. I'm like, I just can't get into this guy. I can't. And he's like, and Johnny's like, yeah, I mean, it's not for everyone, but yeah, at least you say you gave it a shot. I'm like, this is very un-Kyle like. I'm like, oh, this is why people are different. Where I say, Kyle, you give me a suggestion. I'm like, oh, watch this. This is not fun. I can't get into this, man. One of the best examples is the Always Sunny in Philadelphia like outtakes, and I'm like, I can't watch this, man. I'd rather just watch you play. I'd rather watch you play video games. And you're like, that's a good choice too. Let's do that.
Flipping over,
and you're like, Call of Duty. We're playing on the big screen. You're watching me play. I think you did like a mirror where you're playing, and then you put it on the TV for me to watch.
It's the same thing, but just you can see it up there.
Yeah, and I'm like sitting back in the chair. I'm like, yeah, this is way more entertaining. And Kyle,
damn,
like,
Kyle, you suck.
Hell yeah!
Why'd you let him get you like that?
Or I'm just like, you're
you're demeaning. God, why'd you let him kill you, dude?
God damn it!
I wasn't trying to die. It was not the goal.
Are you trying not to be good?
Yeah, because you're really good at that.
Because you're awesome at that.
All right.
Turn around, you're crying, thumbs up.
Thanks.
It's like the meme of like, wow, how long you been playing guitar? I'm like, probably like almost 20 years. Wow, you must be really good. And you're like crying. You're like, damn it. How long you been playing this game for? Probably about like 3 or 4 years. You must be really good then.
The crying cat. Like,
damn it.
With a tearing up cat. Such an awkward picture.
Yeah.
Anyway, so mullet's not finished. But we'll go in for another session. It feels great though, because it's like that hair around my ears. That's the one thing I hate is like you should be able to clean your ears without having fucking hair go in with the freaking Q-tip. You know, even that's why I was like trying to tuck it anyway, so I don't sweat as much.
Yeah.
I've done worked outside a couple times, like rebuilding motors and stuff at work. Not like a motor like for a car, but like electric motors that require like a pump seal and housing and stuff that go. So I'm outside working on I'm like, man, this is not that bad. It's like 104, and I'm like, I mean, I'm in the shade.
Yeah.
So I'm just conditioning myself. You know, I'm getting myself, a little bit at a time. You know, one step.
This city.
when I'm indoors, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, other than that, been doing kind of stepped into a type of music I've never really done before. Still synth, but I think I sent you a little sample of it. A little, I don't know. We'll allude to it, I guess. This is something that Will and I we're working on. So he's got his project and I got mine, and we might do like a split EP or something. So get something ready for Halloween. Basically, I'm just kind of working on like dark synth stuff. Yeah. Which is kind of cool. I've never really done that. Most of my stuff is like kind of happy sounding, I guess. You know, or not like, always. But like
it has that kind of, I don't know. No, I know what you're talking about. Where it's like uplifting kind of music. Yeah,
it's kind of what I try and go for, you know.
Not like, pop like like bubblegum pop punk or whatever. It's
I guess.
Yeah. It's like it's more epic in an inspirational way is kind of what some of your songs.
I try and make it as interesting as possible, right? But and I listen to some dark synth. But even some of it I should say, but most of the stuff I listen to is still like not bubblegum, right? I guess, but it is pop. It would be poppy, I guess. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
in my opinion, if for something to be poppy, it has to be popular.
Yeah, I guess I would. I don't know. I would still consider. And they are popular, but like Masked Intruder. They're like poppy pop punk.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I hate that band.
They have some pretty good songs. But no, I could understand not liking them. Every song is about, I think, a girl, or like their bit is like that they're B&E kind of thing.
Yeah, that doesn't.
stealing shit, and I'm like, how long are you gonna do this for? I'm like, okay, 5 albums. All right, I guess you're gonna keep going then.
Yeah, keep them coming.
Question has been answered.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's what I don't get. It's boring. It's like it's cool for maybe one song, but you guys made multiple songs and toured on them, and you always wear masks. So that's cool because when you get rid of like your drummer, you just don't have to tell anyone.
I think they got rid of their bass player, and then
Oh yeah,
he was yellow, and then now they have a new bass player, and she's purple.
oh
And it's like
Cool.
they say they don't even need to name them. I'm like, that's kind of brilliant. You never know who the fucking person is, and then it's just a color.
yeah. Well, they're gonna do the Kiss thing probably one day, and like you'll see who they are, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
oh. Because like Kiss was cool, but they rode that bit forever, right?
Yeah.
You couldn't see what they looked like, and then when you saw them, you're like,
Oh, man,
the fuck? Just a bunch of
I don't want to fuck them anymore because I thought they were demons. Turns out they're just 4 fucking dudes. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna suck
regular
that guy's dick.
dudes with the same hairstyle.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna rock his world.
Yeah. You're gonna rock Gene Simmons' world. Yeah. Self-proclaimed, he has the most sex with any of any human on Earth.
Yeah. Self-proclaimed. Yeah.
That's what he says.
It's like, I think there's other people too. It's like Wilt Chamberlain.
Probably Genghis
right?
Khan, huh?
Wasn't Wilt Chamberlain
Yeah.
He's got a shit.
But those are like, you guys. Did you have a logbook? It's probably good if you didn't. Actually.
Yeah. Yeah. My numbers count on my hand.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so that's
you're
really
like, boring, lame. You suck, Brian.
So. Yes, working on that. It's kind of a dark synth situation. Once we get closer and we work on some more things, we're ready to announce it. It was cool for me because I made.
This is like a teaser trailer. Just like,
yeah.
Just picture this song.
All it is just like light, like dark, like it's a black screen, just like, and then
Synth.
fade in some synth, and it just says October 2022. Energy Wave.
Yeah.
Sunrunner. Stay tuned. You're like
and subscribe for more.
what? Oh my god, this is the best E3
I'm so
ever.
hyped on this, son.
Yeah.
This
is the best.
No,
yeah.
So I probably made this song in an unorthodox way because it's actually like in 3/4, but it has triplets on the
You lost.
the arpeggio.
Yeah.
So it lines up eventually, right? But it's weird. So
Yeah.
like there's like the arpeggiator I have. It had like an 8th note triplet, and so it's like it's hard. I can't even picture. I can't even tell you which note it comes, or which beat it comes in
But
on.
it's still in 3/4, right?
If I put it in 3/4, so it would line up with other things. I had it in 4/4 and it didn't look right, so I was like, "Fuck it."
Oh,
3/4 this. I had to like transpose everything and realign, and I'm like, "All right, this flows better." But when I put the click on it, I'm like, "Man, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here." I'm like,
Yeah.
so I just
to play
run
to
it without
this
the
is one
click.
thing, but you can draw to it.
Yeah, I'm like, well, fuck this. We don't need, if you're painting by numbers, we're way past that point. You know, we're done here. Just draw your own picture.
Oh, so
it lines up in certain. Yeah, so I didn't know what I was doing really. I probably could go back through and redo it, but because I had it in 4/4, like I said, but it didn't feel right with the 4 count and the triplet, and then with the 3/4, it lines up every every 4 measures or something. It clicks in. I'm like, all right, well, this will be fine. It'll work out.
Yeah.
So it just because normally I do everything's very segmented for me when I make stuff. I I don't want an intro because it puts it off from, it puts it off 1 or 2 from, I go 4/8, on when I'm putting into the DAW.
Yeah.
So like I don't want to set it off because then when I'm making at least when I'm done I'll slide stuff around and make an intro or add some space in there. But so I don't know. It's definitely a new realm.
That's cool. I mean, it's definitely a different way of thinking because I know I never write anything ever not in 4/4.
Yeah.
And then to me, I'm like, and I think I was on with Scott Hamilton. I think I was on the FX Loop or he was on ours. I don't know, me talking to him, and I was just like, I remember Scott, I like baffled him with how stupid I was because I'm like, so 3/4 and 6/8, what? They're the same thing, right? He's like, well, and he explained it to me. I'm like, you lost me. He's like, Jesus. I'm like, I don't, what? Because they sound like the same thing, right? It's
yeah.
like, it's like, yeah, whatever. $50 or 50 cents, right? That's the same fucking thing.
Well, like drum beats will fit. They'll fit, but they're going to be either half or twice.
And then there was like but that means it should make this, whatever. I'm really dumb when it comes to like actual like math music. And actually I was about to say, I know music theory. I'm like, I barely know that either. I'm like, I know my majors and my relative minors. And yep, that.
Dude, I don't even know who wrote the Book of Love yet.
Yeah.
How would I know anything about music?
You don't even know what love is.
Yeah.
I want to know what love is. Yeah, there was like an article like back when I used to like I would have a couple like magazines, Guitar World or Bass or whatever, and
some sticky pages in those probably.
No, back when like having magazines was an actual like fucking thing that made a difference.
A luxury.
Well, no, and I think it was
now it's a burden.
No, yeah.
When you have a family member that has like, oh, I got all the National Geographics, you're like, oh fuck, dude.
And we got to move.
Grow up.
Yeah. Burn them.
Burn them.
Burn them. And I remember reading. You're so rude.
I almost lost that.
Yeah. So it was
like the last sip of this thing.
I think it was like the basis for Good Charlotte was talking about like, oh, some really cool bass lines and whatever that inspired him.
The basis from Good Charlotte.
Yeah. And I'm like,
the guy with like the multicolor.
Yeah, it's like he's just like the guy that you don't even know his name.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
He's been there the whole time. The whole fucking time.
Did you guys get new basses? No,
he's still here. He actually never left.
He named the band, actually.
He actually writes all the songs. But talking about like, some of his favorite bass lines, I'm like, it's a song where it's like 12/4, but the drummer's playing in this da-da-da, and they match up every 10 bars. I'm like...
That sounds like fun.
I'm like, oh my God. That sucks.
Yeah, like I said, I'm probably wrong on what I'm talking about too, but
anyways, but yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, definitely stepping out of your comfort zone. I like it. One of these days I'll do that. I'm not going to. One of these days I'm gonna write a song that's not pop punk. Just kidding. Psych. Wrong.
Liar.
Candid camera.
Yeah, so it's interesting, and well, I guess, like I said, we'll announce we'll announce. You just stay tuned. Don't worry, everyone's on the edge of their seat.
Stay tuned. You're drunk you do like a Instagram live while you're recording. You're drunk. Stay tuned. you forget to turn your phone off. You're just like clicking your keyboard and like, God damn it, trying to drag shit into You're trying to be cryptic with your like Instagram promotion and stuff like that.
Yeah. Anyways, that's my what's new. What do you got?
I've just been
thanks, man. I've been waiting.
I've been getting my ass
30
kicked
minutes.
all week. That's for starters.
Your ass kicked or licked?
Okay. I'm just getting my ass.
My ass is raw.
Yeah. I just like sometimes. Okay, at work has been just fucking my ass, as they say. And then, yesterday. So the reason why this episode is going to be late. There's absolutely no goddamn way that I'm going to get it out by tomorrow. Sorry.
Just slap it together. It's here.
Yeah.
It's family.
Who cares? Dump it. Yeah. Anyways, so it'll be late in a day or two. So sorry. And you're already listening to this now as a
yeah, it's already late. So what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, it's late because we were gonna record it yesterday, and I was gonna edit it today and get it uploaded. Blah blah blah. So I guess kind of our fault that I'm like, we either record Monday or Wednesday.
You just blame me for this?
You were working, and then it's like, oh, let's just push it to Wednesday. Wednesday sounds great for both of us. Let's do that. Da 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 da. But Wednesday, yesterday,
I've been working like a dog all goddamn day.
And then I had to work over the weekend too, and da da da. So I was like, oh, my one day off is Monday. And I'm like, I'll have to edit the page and stuff like that, get it up on Tuesday. I'm like, if we don't have to record, let's push it to Wednesday, right? Cool, no problem. And yesterday, so work has been a pain in my ass. It's all right.
Sorry. Good yawn there.
And then yesterday, my truck fucking shit the bed.
Oh, god damn, I knew it would do that eventually.
And
that unreliable piece of shit you've been driving.
It's been pretty good. I think because I'm like, I have to do minor repairs here and there. People are like, that fucking death trap money pit. I'm like,
that lead sled you're driving around.
Yeah, but I'm like, a down payment and a monthly payment would be way more than what I like am paying in repairs for this truck.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty fucking okay. Well, except for this, I guess it doesn't. I'm not selling my story very well. So it just died while I was driving. So luckily, I was still in the parking lot at my work. I was just kind of I backed up and I maybe drove like I don't know 50, 100 feet maybe. And I was gonna, turn to, exit the parking lot, and then it just like stopped, wheels seized, and all the lights on my dash came on, and then I'm like, okay, I guess we're done here. Kick it back in, trying to start it again, and then
nothing.
Well,
did it even like try and start?
Yeah, the engine. So I'm not a car guy, but
So the starter was, it would turn over.
It was my engine. No, engine was like rolling.
Yeah.
But it wasn't starting, so it wasn't like tick, 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 tick. It was like already going and I'm like,
So the starter was running.
Yeah.
But your engine wasn't igniting.
Yeah. Something.
I'm guessing it's your fuel sending unit. Mm-hmm. Boom. Fucking done. It's toast.
And there's my dad. I talked to my dad and put him on speaker. And I was like, well, I got,
Dad,
it's getting Dad, I don't know.
I was just driving it.
I was gonna and then get you on the horn next. I'm like, do a Zoom call, Kyle. Figure this out. And Kyle,
the brain trust just merge the calls with your dad.
Yeah, with you and him. Well, I think it's this, and my dad's like, that's not the problem.
Don't listen to him, Brian.
You don't know what
he's dumb as fuck.
You're talking about. You should have left the El Camino to me.
I had the keys. I could have just driven it away. He wouldn't have known.
He's like,
where the fuck was he?
You lost the fucking keys to that Kawasaki.
I did not. Okay, hold on.
It's been like a 5-year saga. With this
I know.
One story.
He said you can have hold on to the bike, but you can't have the keys because I don't want you riding it.
Mm-hmm. He
didn't want me to have the keys. He never gave them to me.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I have them.
Yeah.
Like I never had them. I don't even know what they look like. I've never seen them before, but he gave them to me. I had his bike for quite a while.
He sold it.
Yeah, it's gone now.
It's gone.
But
he sold it,
couldn't find the keys.
Yeah,
it's funny. It's a gone thing. But you ever? Because I was moving the house and moving shit.
You find
those keys yet? Like fuck you.
Yeah, I know you like. Yeah, you talk.
It's definitely
Yeah. But
I lose things, so it's definitely feasible.
It's
right?
Quite possible, but
I'm saying that I remember him saying I cannot have them because he didn't want me riding his bike until we got it like worked on.
Yeah,
So
like that one, I know for sure. I did not lose those goddamn keys. I'll dig in my heels. I'm standing my ground on that one. But anyways, so I'm like, okay, fuck. It stalled. It wasn't going. I'm like, fuck. Okay. Well, I was in a lane of a parking lot. And I'm like, fuck. Well, let me kick it into neutral. I just coast backwards. It had a little bit of a hill.
Yeah.
Not not a whole lot. And I could roll back. And I just kind of was like taking up like 4, spots because I parked, horizontally or whatever. And then was trying to like, okay, well, I said, talk to my dad, and I've been on his AAA since I was a kid. And so I was just like, I'll pay him money and then he'll pay the bill, whatever. And I guess I could probably get it on my own thing. But hey, that's one less thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, and we call AAA. I'm like, I don't think, and I looked because I have it on my app. I'm like, oh, it expired on the 15th. It's now the 20th. And he's like, and he like, when I had him on the phone, he's like going through bills, like paper. He's like, no, I got it. He's going through his paper records.
Receipts, manila folders, accordion files.
And he's like, oh, shit.
Calling his tax guy up.
He's like, oh,
did we pay this bill or
he's
not?
like, yeah. His tax guy is him.
He's got like his ring. He's got a dial.
In his office.
Rotary dial.
His standing desk is a bunch of phone books with his computer on it.
Oh, fuck.
Anyways.
That's safe.
So I'm talking to him. And he's like, oh, shit. I got to go pay that. He's like, because I think my younger sister, we're all on the AAA.
He's the keystone to this.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's the cornerstone of
Which
this
is
building.
totally, I guess I should get on my own so it's a lesson. But it's just so easy. So fucking why? And anyways, he's like, I'm like, oh shit. He's like, I gotta go try and pay this thing. And I'm like, all right, so I'm not gonna get a tow right now. I'm like, fuck, I might have to leave my truck here for a couple days. So I'm like, okay. I'm like sprawled across like 4 spots. I'm like, I gotta back this thing up. Gotta back that thing up,
Yeah.
And so luckily I had some spots kind of was parallel is where I wanted to be, but I had to, move it over to get into like the spots that I could roll the fucker into without like doing like a Austin Powers kind of move.
Yeah. Luckily, you have the lightest truck that year. They made the extended bed. 2004
F-150 extended. Yeah. A big boy. And I'm like, shit. So I'm like, okay. Was rolling this thing, and then I got to like a flat part, so I had no gravity helping me. So I had to like
kind of tailwind that blew you down the rest.
And I was
of
like skateboarding razor scootering my truck into a parking spot while I was like turning the wheel and backing it up, and I'm like straightening it out because I'm like, I have to leave this thing here for maybe a couple days, and if I have it just like parked the wrong way,
tow that
parallel,
shit.
they'll tow it right away. So I'm like, if I back it into a spot, I might have a chance of leaving it here for a couple days. And then that was a pain in the ass, and I'm like, fuck. And I'm like tired as hell. I guess I could have went into my work and asked a coworker, I'm like, hey, can you help me fucking? And I'm like, no, I'm a strong, independent Brian. I don't need no man. While I have my dad calling AAA.
I don't need no man.
But I need a Dan.
Yeah, there you go.
So anyways, and then my dad, he's like, okay, we got it all paid. It's like, instant kind of back on and power's on. So okay,
game on.
Yeah. Call them, get a tow, get it brought to my house. And I'm like, that's why we couldn't record last night. Like, because I didn't get done to like home until like 8:15 or so. And, like, if we got started, it wouldn't be till like 8:30 and 9 o'clock, which is for your time.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, I was a little defeated. Hopefully, it's not too expensive. So, but I did post a picture on my personal IG just of my truck on being towed away, and people were like, RP said, it's lasts a long time. Time for a new truck, man. And I'm like, no,
fuck you, dude.
I'm like, fuck you. There's still life left in that. I'm trying to get that truck to 200,000. People are like, I did get some, support. Yeah.
How much? What is it at now?
I think at 2. No, not 2. It's a 157.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was like a
That's pretty good. That thing will keep going.
Zach Hale, he was like, "Oh no, man! Da-da-da. I'm gonna drive my truck in honor of yours."
I'm gonna burn up some fucking tires, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
He's like, "I'm taking out
you, Brian.
my 95 F-150 in honor of yours, man. R.I.P. and peace." I'm like, "Nah, not counting it out yet."
He's got 95?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
I think I got more miles than he does. But yeah, so. But I did appreciate some people like, "Oh man, hopefully it's not too bad." I definitely appreciate the T's and P's on that. Definitely appreciate the T's. But it's because I never post on my personal, and people are like, I guess people.
So it alerts everyone when you post.
Yeah, or something, or I'm
That's
like on top of their thing. So I'm like, oh, like I had
Brian's a loser and he hasn't posted in a while. You should give him some love, some T's and P's.
some T's and P's.
Take him to Flavortown on his page.
That's a rock star bite right there. That's a rock star truck right there.
That's a home run right there.
That's oh no, that's a rock star post. That post was out of bounds. The IG post. But yeah, no, I think because maybe it looked like I got into an accident. But like obviously, like the truck isn't damaged at all. I guess
damn, what's the other guy look like?
That truck is
dead.
A piece of shit. Or people are just
everyone really comes out of the word work.
No, totally.
God,
like,
what a hunk of shit
and
you
people,
got
exactly.
there.
And people are like, yeah, finally that thing's fucking. You're towing it to the scrapyard. I'm like, no, I'm towing it to the shop.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm like, no, yeah. It's like, well, trying to put a bullet in that thing. I'm like, what? No, I'm keeping my truck alive, knocking on wood that it's not that big or expensive of an issue.
Yeah.
So, had a little.
I bet the fuel, it sounded like the fuel just cut out to me. Just saying.
Yeah.
Or you have no spark. But usually for spark, it's like they go out individually because they all have individual coils.
Yeah.
Unless, whatever. But I'm guessing. I'm just saying.
So we should have a running, like a poll.
Yeah. Tell us in the comments what you think's wrong with Brian's stupid ass, dumb ass, ugly ass, broke ass truck,
busted ass,
buster ass truck.
You busted. This shit smoked. But yeah, I guess. I get some other things going on, but I don't want to. We're dragging on too much with the what's new. So I've had a little bit of a rough week, but hey, we're here. We're family.
You know what? Forget about all your troubles. You're on the We're on Patreon. We're on the main episode.
Yeah, we're not even. We're on the fucking main. We're with the fucking La Familia here. So
it's not even your day, your month, or your year, but you're here. Mm-hmm.
But I want to get to a topic. That got me good. Until you finished it, I'm like, finish it. Do it now.
Finish it.
Say it, damn it. Well, I want to get to the topic that we never got to last week. So we're about.
We could just push it. We could just push it.
No. We're good here. So then that's done for the West News. Hey, my truck is shitty. We'll find out next week. Tune in next week, folks. We got the conclusion to Kyle's driver's license.
Yes.
Here's the part 2. He received the driver's license.
Subscribe to hear part 2. I hate those on fucking Instagram.
Yeah.
They'll tell us. Someone will be like telling a story, and they're like, subscribe for the to be continued. It's like, no, or like for my, like, fuck you. I'm scrolling.
Fuck you, cocksucker.
Fuck you.
So I wanted to, the topic. So we're about halfway through the year. We're a little bit more than halfway.
Yeah.
I was thinking, for the last half of 2022, what are some of your gear goals? So you could have, I know you're planning more shit for music. I should be. Yeah, I got some stuff. I definitely want to get, some songs written for my personal, or not personal, but, next project. Finish some Just In Case stuff. Yada, yada. But I guess, we haven't done, like, gear-focused stuff in a long time. Or at least a couple weeks here. So what are some of your gear goals? Like, things that you want to buy, you want to sell, you want to get better at using, you want to give more attention to, because maybe it's like a piece of gear maybe you had in San Diego for a long time, and now you have it in Texas. I'm like, oh, I should give this attention. I should play it. I should learn it. etc. You know, we can go back and forth with it. If you got a couple, you know, I know I got a good old list here for me. I'm like, I started writing this. I'm like, oh, this will be a quick topic. I'm like, yeah, I got a lot of shit I want to work on. Am I going to get to it? And that's kind of almost like it's would you say a time capsule thing of like, we can come back to this in January to see like what we accomplished or what we did.
Yeah, we could do that.
But I mean, not that we would make an episode about it, but each one of us could say like, oh, let's go do that. So it could be also an interactive thing in the group. Do you have any gear goals for the rest of the year? Post them in the comments below. Anyway, you got some, Kyle?
Yeah, I got some. You want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. There's a pedal I want, and it's not like anything I really need. You never need anything, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I mentioned it to you, and get any traction on it is actually to you and Johnny. You know, in our little powwow group we got going on. You know,
a Mobius.
Our gatekeeper group we have.
Yeah.
No, not a Mobius, but that shit. Yeah,
actually,
Mobius will be sick too.
Actually, you put that on the list too.
Why you don't have the list? Don't bully me and tell me what to do. But I'm gonna put that on. That's on the list. So Mobius, yes.
Right at the top.
I want to sell all my Strymon stuff and get the black, all the black ones. Just the no.
They look fucking sick though.
They do look.
Jokes,
but it's like
jokes aside, they do look really, really, really cool. I'm like, wow, what a dumb gimmick that. I'm like that. You know what? You work. You made it work.
You got me.
Yeah. You know, like the way you work it. Anyways.
There's a pedal. I didn't even get to try it out actually, but I saw it at NAMM and came across it just on, I think it was on YouTube. I was kind of just looking up how to trying to get that like spaghetti western sound.
Yeah.
You know, like the spaghetti western guitar, because it's fun. It's like a surf, it's technically like a surf guitar. Surf sound.
Yeah.
It's like a 60s sound.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a pedal called the Blossom Point, which is from Surfy Industries.
Oh yeah.
So it's a brown face.
Yep.
Let's see. It's supposed to mimic like a 60s, 63 brown face. So it's supposed to, the Blossom Point is kind of what I think what Dick Dale described as like the right when I guess not edge of breakup or kind of, it's like just before distortion.
Is it a reverb pedal or?
No, this one's
like
actually, it's like an amp in a box. That's
okay.
what this is, yeah. So that's kind of my thing. I like amp in a boxes. Amps in boxes? Amps in a box.
Amps in boxes. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I came across this just by someone suggesting it. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. And I like this company. I mean, we ran into them at NAMM and they were really cool and, to talk to and stuff. But we only talked about like their reverb tanks and stuff that they make. Like they make either one that you can retrofit into your amp. Yeah. Or they make the actual like rack unit.
Yeah. That you can put,
so
or
they
you
make
can put
different
on your
ones.
pedal board, or they have like reverb
cool.
only pedals. I think they also have some that have like springs in them, so you can kick them like a
a little noisemaker kind of.
Yeah, they cover them a lot, or Ryan does because he's a surf guitar player. And a lot of spring reverb is a big surf thing. So. Yeah,
and I'm not really, I haven't tried their reverbs out. I know they're really into them, and I'm really into the stuff I make. No, they apparently company, it's really good.
Yeah.
And they're like a global company. I thought they would be just like, oh, we're out of California, but they're like all over. Like I think their main design like is in Finland. Their production's in another country too, so they're like kind of everywhere.
Really? Yeah, I thought they would be like a California company.
Yeah, I think that they're. Yeah, because I asked, where are you guys based at? Well, it's kind of complicated. We have, Sven over here who's from fucking Scandinavia, and then we got our production team, which is in Brazil or something, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it seems like you guys would be from California, so this is pretty much fucking stolen valor.
Yeah, but the guy, you can surf in those places, I'm sure, or they have surf.
Yeah.
That surf lands on the beach, you know? Anyways,
you accuse him.
Okay.
The case
how you like that?
Case of stolen valor.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's a pedal I want to get, and I don't know. I liked a couple or followed a couple on Reverb. I keep getting people like sending me offers on them. Like, oh, you get this one for $150. It's $20 off. I'm like, fuck, I don't really need it.
How about fucking $50 off? $100 off.
How about $200 off?
Pal.
You give me money to take that from you.
Suck my ass, pal.
No, I'm glad I did because I think one of the offers like $150, and I mean, there's one here for like, and that was with shipping or without shipping. I see them now like $140.
Yeah,
with shipping.
He's trying to fuck you over.
Yeah.
I'm yawning. I'm like, fuck him.
There's just one guy who's just trying to sell. Just buy the damn pedal, dude. I see it gone.
I need to feed my family.
Yeah.
Kyle, you're like, fuck you, pal.
No, it's interesting though. I see in some of these pictures, there's like there's different versions of them too. So I have to look. One has like an input output and a presence knob and a switch, and the other one has like an attenuator, and then a presence knob and then a gem, like a light, like the jewel light.
Yeah.
No switch. So it's like, what is it, just on all the time?
Is it an
yes.
Is it an attenuator?
Yeah, it has an attenuator.
No, is it like an amp attenuator?
I don't know. I don't know. That's just a different version.
Got to do your research before you buy those. You get there, it's like, oh, this is an amp attenuator. I thought it was a fucking pedal. God damn it.
Well, I don't think it would be a attenuator. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. God damn it, Brian.
You fucking throw a wrench in the guy. You mean I have to research something before I buy it? Fuck.
It shouldn't. I don't think it's. No, it's not an attenuator. Can't be.
I don't know. I've never seen this shit. I'm just asking. I'm fucking asking.
I'm trying to skim real quick. No, it shouldn't be. Signal level. Okay, input signal level attenuator. Okay, so there is an attenuator on it. Output boost, presence.
Okay.
So it's got something in it that is an attenuator. But the older versions look like there's just a knob that says attenuator.
Yeah.
Anyways, I should do that research before we get on the podcast, Brian. Okay, you're killing me here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll go back and forth. What's your next? What's your goal?
It's kind of a group one, but I am thinking. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it. I want to sell some things and then buy a thing, at least one. So, I put away my HX Stomp. I put it in the box.
Good.
And that it came in, and I'm like, okay, let's put it away for, I don't know, maybe give it a couple months to see if I want to play it, use it for a video, blah, 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 whatever. And if I don't use it, like say if I'm using something else or busy or don't get around to it for a couple months, I'm going to sell it. It's cool to have, like it's a baller move to have a fractal and a helix because you can get the sounds and kind of like, hey, I can, if I was like doing more videos.
Just
like,
get the Kemper and you got all three. Come on.
No, and that, well, they're different. So, I know that's a joke, but I was like, there's some like YouTubers like, Fluff or, Rhett Shell will have the full rack of fractal, helix, Kemper, and then have a quad cortex. I'm like, okay. And people are like, I'm just a normal guy in the studio, man. And they got a fucking bunch of free plugins.
Which one should I get? You should get them all.
Oh,
thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the advice.
Q&A, why don't you just fucking get them all?
That's what I got for free.
No, why the fuck you asking me this goddamn question? It's offending me and my sensibilities.
You sound like
that
Joe
doesn't.
Pesci.
Neither one of them sound like that.
My cousin Benny.
He just chokes his camera guy. The fuck you asking me this shit
for? Callaway? No, it's Galloway.
Oh,
with a G.
Yeah, that's why. Of course you didn't find him because I'm Jerry Calloway with a G.
Oh.
Anyways, so I haven't used it in a long ass time, so I'm like,
and if you don't use it, you
lose it.
Sell it.
So, in its place on my desk, I set up my SNES Classic that Johnny Ray got me.
Yeah.
Because I'm playing a Final Fantasy 6/3.
When you switch that, did you do it like in Indiana Jones? You're like,
yeah, just switch one for the other. And I am
put it there.
Getting which is good or bad. I'm getting more use out of the SNES. And I'm like, never beat.
Get rid of that thing.
Never beat Mario World. Never beat. I never even played Final Fantasy 3/6 or whatever.
We got to talk on a Patreon. We got to go over the Final Fantasies. What is up with the numbers on those?
I have no idea. And you're asking me, and this is my first one I've ever played. We'll have to do a quick Wikipedia research and do it on the Patreon. Be like, all right, I read this article 10 minutes ago.
No, while we're reading, we go down and we just state what we're reading.
But yeah, there's more games on the SNES Classic than I've been playing, or So I'm like, I have gotten more use out of that than the HX Stomp in the last week or 2 weeks. So I think I'm gonna, like I said, I put it in the closet. If I don't feel the need or the urge to pull it out in 2 months, I'm gonna sell it. Because whatever, I don't really need it. Obviously, if I don't use it for 2 months, documented that it's in a box.
Documented.
So, yeah.
Check the ledger.
And then I got the Torpedo Captor and Cab M Plus. I want to sell those and get a Captor X. So I'm going to buy that in place of those two things because the Captor X is those two things the way I use them in fucking one piece.
Yeah.
Have less things and, that I'm gonna use. So those are, I guess, some of my
those
gear
things
goals.
Together? Are they the same price as the thing?
For what I can probably sell them for, I might. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying. It might be the same price, or I might have to pay a little bit more because I'll just buy it new.
I got mush mouth. Sorry.
No, I know. I knew. Like you threw it to me. I'm like, I heard that clear as day. I knew exactly what you're talking about. Nice. So, but I just think of like, oh, even if I had to spend a little bit of money, just having one thing instead of two.
Yeah.
Less fucking cables, less bullshit. And
could you put that on a board if you wanted to?
I could put the Cab M on a board easier, but I'm like, the thing is I never use it that way. It's like it does other things that I don't give a shit about. Like the two pieces, I have way more options. So having I guess the people aren't in the know. The Captor, Torpedo Captor, I think it is. It's a load box.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking online. I don't see where you're depositing this stuff.
Yeah.
You have to use a screwdriver every time?
So
that's gonna kill my bust.
Yeah, my bust. So,
all right.
Yeah, it's a load box. You plug the amp into it so the amp won't explode, and then you send a line level signal. You send a line level signal of what the amp is outputting, and it's not going to a speaker, so you're not going to blow up your amp. But you're sending a line level signal that sounds like shit if you try to record only that.
Yeah.
But you plug it into the 2 nodes Cab M, and you can put speaker IRs on it, and then you XLR out of that, and you get what your amp would sound like with speaker IRs. They're not the same as speakers, whatever. I think they sound better than what I could mic, so they're good. But the Cab M I could also use just as a pedal amp in a box. So it's comparable.
And you get to pick the amp.
Yeah, pick the amp,
which is cool,
and put your own IRs, which I have loaded in there.
Your own IRs.
Yeah. So. Which is cool. I know. I like
you put your own IR on here.
I guess maybe the way I broke it down, but I'm like, okay, I have a bunch of ML Sound Labs IRs on there.
I see you 812.
Yeah.
QT.
CUNT. That's what you are.
I envy you.
Yeah. So, anyways, it's cool. I have a lot more capabilities with both of those pieces than I would just the one load box. But anyways, the Captor X has the load box, and I have like IRs loaded into there that I can just switch between.
So you're not going to buy a used load box, right?
No, I want to
fresh.
Christen it. I want it fresh and christen it myself. Anyway, so that's what I want to buy. I want to sell. So to me, like getting rid of shit. I don't know. I'm not like hard up for cash, but I might be after this fucking truck thing. So I might just sell more shit sooner.
Yeah.
So, but that's where I am. What you got?
All right. I want to finish my guitar project. So I have a couple behind me that you can see the, well, maybe you can't. right here. There's a headstock here. It's like a fender headstock on a Thunderbird body, Warmoth. Kind of want to work on that. All I really need to do for that one is some tuners.
Mm-hmm.
So throw some tuners on that, and that thing's ready to go because it already has a bridge. It's got pickups. It's got wiring. It's ready to go. That's how I got it, which is kind of cool. It's like a loaded body, a loaded Warmoth body, which I didn't realize like how hard it is to find like Thunderbird pickups.
Yeah,
because I guess they're specific. I didn't realize.
Yeah,
but they came with it, and I was like, oh, well, I'll maybe I'll have someone rewind them, or I'm like, well, let me just hear how it sounds first, because it might be exactly what I'm. Well, actually, it's not even what I was looking for. I think I was like scrolling reverb, and I was like, oh shit, Warmoth.
Mm-hmm.
That's a weird Warmoth body. It's like a walnut, walnut
do they make
body.
Bass bodies here? I guess I should buy one of those. I
got paid yesterday, so
I stumbled into this weird spot of the internet called eBay, so I guess I should buy something.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, I think I got it for. I don't know. I can look, but I think I got it for like $350, and everything's there.
Definitely a project you bought a while ago, a couple years ago, and then it's like
quite a bit.
Yeah, it's like
I think normally with my life, I start a project. I'm not very good at finishing it, but I finished not every guitar, but I finished a lot of my guitars, which is cool.
Yeah,
accomplishment for me. So the walnut telly, this guitar here, the Seafoam or Surf Green one, and then other guitars.
Yeah.
So I can do it, everyone.
Yeah.
All right, Dad, I can do it.
God damn it, believe in me.
No, nobody believes in me.
We ain't never gonna make it.
So, I have a couple other projects. I have a bass that belongs to my sister. It's a Squire, so I just got to finish that. I've had that for a while. I had let me just take this apart and I'll put it back together. Upgrade some stuff. I'll do this, and then
it's
never finished it. And also, she was in a different state, so it's like now I brought it here, so I got to finish it now.
Yeah, now you're in the same state. You're like, God damn it.
Yeah, I got no goddamn excuses. So
gas is a bitch though, so you can't,
Yeah, it's
drive
so
it over
far
there,
away.
so
It's
you
like a
can't.
whole tank.
Yeah. Sorry, I guess it's mine now. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
And then I guess I'll read off a couple more. So guitars, I want to upgrade the speakers in here. I think I've talked about it before. Either get a sub or just upgrade these to maybe some Yamahas or something.
Yeah.
Because Yamaha makes some sick motorcycles, so they probably make some sick speakers too.
I like the HS5s. They're great. I guess that's also on my what's new. I do want to get a subwoofer for my setup, just because I'm like, okay, get a little bit more bass sound, because I don't turn up super loud for when I'm mixing or playback. So it'd be nice to hear some of the low end, and then I guess with the little 5-inch speakers, which 5 inches is still pretty fucking good, by the way.
Yeah,
it's pretty fucking big, by the way.
It's huge.
It's enough for a lot of people, by the way. I'm just saying. I'm fucking saying.
Some people are happy with 5 inches,
Any bigger is a burden, actually. So it's a stupid joke. So I do want to get a subwoofer. We're just gonna probably just get a Yamaha one, but I do have to reset my desk. So I bought the kit that you helped me put together of just the gas pipe support for the wood top here. It has the support bar in the middle, which is totally fine, but almost immediately after using the desk, I was like, I wish I would have pushed, because it came in a kit, so I just put the kit together of whatever from Home Depot, but with gas pipe and half-inch pipe or whatever it is, it's super modular. You just move it around like Connects or Lego, piece the things together, and I'm like, oh, I easily could have made it to where the support beam that's kind of runs down the middle is pushed further back. It would have been more comfortable when I'm sitting in here working on my desk, and also for shit I want to do, like place a subwoofer underneath my desk. So
You're gonna stick it to the underside of the desk?
no, I'm gonna place it on the ground. And then,
Oh, I see.
But it's pretty fucking big. But I can get it to not rest, but sit under the desk if I push that support beam back.
Gotcha.
And so that means I got to take the fucking whole desk apart, rebuild that support leg system or whatever. So that'll be a thing. I'm like, okay, I should, might as well do it right. So get the gas pipe, which isn't that expensive, but I'm like, okay, might as well do the whole fucking thing right, and then pull it all apart, try and rewire my desk a little bit better, and then I do want to get a better lighting system in here, because right now I use 2 individual key lights, so little guys like this.
Yeah.
So I have one up here, and then I have one to the side, and they're little guys. They're wireless, battery powered, and so that means every time we record, I got to make sure they're charged. And it's not, I know it's like, just like you did right now, it's not that big of a pain. But, it would be nice, just turn on a switch, and it's always connected to power. So, I want to kind of rework that, and a couple things on my desk. That's kind of, a little thing I want to get done this year. So, kind of going off of yours. But, you got another one? Or
I want to use more. I mean, like work through my gear more often. So I haven't even played my base setups I have here, like the classic or the. I still am working this room out.
Yeah.
And you see some boxes and like a drill and shit. And like I'm still.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been there since like last week, I guess. But just believe me, I'm working on it.
I'm working on putting it away.
Yeah. So like, need to figure out a little more streamline in this room. So that's also part of it, part of my goal. Rework this room, use the gear more effectively that I have. I put learn to play guitar. So that would be good. Actually.
No, you say that for next year.
Yeah. I just keep pushing it.
I do want to change out the shitty, I think EX1 is what it was called, or I was trying to do research on it. It's like the fucking expression system in my goddamn Taylor. 2006 414 CE, where you had to plug in the fucking TRS cable to XLR, whatever. And then even after doing that, it's noisy as hell. Something's going on in there. It's fucked up. And I'm like, I want to gut that fucking thing and just put a regular, something that I can plug something I can use. Just a regular guitar cable. And I'll, get a pedal like I don't know, like a acoustic DI or something like that. If I want to get like, more tone shaping capabilities. I'm like, I'll do it on a fucking pedal, not on the guitar. Just get the guitar to have some output. Because I'm like, either it's really fucking low if you don't have a TRS, or it's and even when I'm using one, it's noisy. Because when I was like when we used the guitar for the just in case not music videos, but like acoustic videos that we did with Adam, I'm like, okay, let me record a DI out of that thing. I'm like, yeah, that's super noisy. Let's bring that really, really low in the mix. And I'd rather just have it. And then I used 2 mics and a room mic, yada yada. And it was just fucking worthless. So if I wanted to play that thing at a show or whatever, it would be worthless.
Is it the ES2?
Or maybe ES1, I think.
Okay.
Not EX, I guess ES. ES1 because ES2 came out in 2014.
Okay.
So
Can you trade them? Can you like?
No, I think it's a totally different system. I'm gonna gut that thing.
Damn.
I talked to Scott Hamilton at the Effects Loop. I know he did that for his Taylor. I think he has one of a similar year with the bullshit in it.
Yeah.
He's like, I changed it. Like, I took that shit out. I'm like, was that something he did himself? And he's like, if you don't feel comfortable, take it to a shop. And I'm like,
yeah,
that's probably what I'm gonna do. So, Yeah, so that's something high on my list because I gotta fucking start my solo folk punk career.
Yeah.
I gotta get that off the ground because everybody asked for that.
Gower and Sons.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna do. I'm like,
No,
all right.
yours would be Comfort and Sons.
Yeah. Yes. That's what I should call my truck, the Comfort.
Nice.
Hell yes. Let's go. Episode done.
It's only taken how many years for us to come up with that? Damn.
So, but I don't, I want to have a guitar that I don't want to get rid of that thing because I like it. And it's a fine, okay acoustic. It's fucking done. Like, we don't need more. I'm not gonna be like, well, you could get one that's like nitro finished and done like in pre-World War II. No, we're fine. We're fucking fine. It's a Taylor. Well, they sound plastically and clinical. It sounds fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. So, just getting that fucker finished. And then going down my list here, I'm like, yeah, I think some things that actually probably would be higher on the list than getting a subwoofer and shit like that. I should get more actual treatment for the room. Like those like sound panels. That probably should be pretty high up there if I'm trying to do more mixing and shit in here. So, I don't know, like rock wool or whatever the hell it's called. I'm probably just gonna,
really?
Yeah, like buy panels somebody else made. Or I guess I could make it myself, but I'm like, I'm not that crafty. He's crafty. But hanging those up, I like the posters, but that seems like more of a prime spot. For some sound panels because they're right where the speakers hit. I'll try and do my best to like not soundproof, but sound treat. I guess I don't really, like I said, I guess I don't listen to music that turned up volume wise, so I'm not hearing like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I don't really need that in here.
No,
I'm kind of doing that with just the.
I doubt you listen to music really that loud.
No, but when I'm screaming at playing Rocket League, you had that. Why'd you do that? You hit it in the goal. And it's just to you, actually.
It's just me, yeah. Well, I played a Rocket League with Kyle this week, and I'm like, this is fun. And then I played with actual people. I'm like, this sucks.
Oh, you played after?
No, I played with you. Okay. Like we were playing.
Yeah, we did bots. We played bots first.
And I'm like, I actually can do this. I scored a goal. And then then we played with some random person or whatever. You and I were on a team with some random guy.
Yeah.
And then I just sucked ass. And my car it's coming from a Nintendo Switch, so you can see it's a Nintendo Switch. My avatar is Mario, and then my car is a Mario car. And it's like, who's this fucking baby playing Rocket League? Which is also a baby game, by the way.
The car doesn't affect, by the way, how you play. They're all the same.
I know, but it's just the way it looks like a fucking kid is playing.
Yeah.
Is this some guy with his little brother? Like, Kyle's actually good at the game?
I'm not that good.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
I mean,
it's like you put the filter on with the Chad chin, where you're just like,
do 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 do.
Yeah.
Like so
brushing shoulder off.
We still got a topic here. All right.
Yeah.
God.
Well, do you have others?
Oh yeah, I have a couple. So I want to learn my DAW better.
Okay.
Right. I want to use I think it just comes with it. Like you could just sit through a tutorial and learn this stuff, but I like learning it, like struggling through it. I guess. I hate listening to someone tell me, I don't know.
No, I
guess,
like
but
finding tidbits in practice.
Yeah.
Or
I know you're like, why do you do that to yourself? I don't know.
Well,
I can't.
I totally get it. That's how you. I like to learn that too.
I get like hunting. It's just because it's too much information all at once. I think is what it comes down to.
You get an overload,
and it never soaks in. So you gotta like well, I'm having this problem. I want to do this. Well, let me look up that one thing.
Yeah.
You know? Also, I want to just make more music. Sometimes you're just not in the mood to make music.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll sit down and I'll play like a little bit of Rocket League, or I'll play like just yesterday I played Fallout for, and I was like, I don't like this. This isn't fun right now. Let me just make some music. I'm like, I'm going to make, I'm going to start that idea that, Will and I were talking about, and I came up with something that I really like. I was listening to it today. I really enjoy it. Because it's mine. I made it. It's sick. I can come at me.
Yeah.
But anyways, I want to do that more often. I kind of get into that mode more often. It's hard, Got a couple brews, drink some Robitussin, and then you're ready.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm like, that is a good goal probably for everyone. Like create more music and be in the, mood and mode to make music. I just like, I think it's easy to be distracted because now more than ever, it's easier for me to make music.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm thinking, well, what else I could do to make it easier is, and then I'm like, well, and then part of my like justifies, I'm like, oh, I basically have my Apollo twin wired in a way that I just got to kind of do it backwards, and then I can pretty much change a couple cables, which I probably could do after we record. But I have settings saved in my Apollo that I just got to reverse. So I have my vocals coming in on channel 1, and then guitars are always plugged into channel 2. But the thing is, if I plug guitars into channel 1 and then plug my vocal into channel 2, I just have to see if I can still send you audio of my voice. But if I have guitars going into channel 1, I can utilize the instrument input to that with vocals. Because the instrument input on the front of my Apollo, too many syllables, boring, is on channel 1. So if I wanted to record vocals too for an idea, I couldn't do that. I would have to then hook up my, Axe Effects or Helix, or I had to turn that on and everything,
That's weird. Why wouldn't they have it just both channels can do both things?
I don't know. Probably the way it's all. Why I don't know. I've never cracked.
Because that's how the Focusrite is. You just change it. You just make a click.
So you can do. No, this has a dedicated guitar input.
Yeah. See, like
instead of a combi cable.
Yeah, this is combi.
Yeah, this is. I think this is as well, but it's on the back.
Huh. Okay.
So that way you could always have an XLR plugged in to channel 1, and you just plug a guitar cable into that and just kicks over. That's what's kind of cool about it. But if I want to go to the back, like you, I can unplug channel 1 or 2 and then plug a guitar cable into it. But that's another thing that's like, that's a lot of fucking work. But I could easily switch these cables around. So I might do that this week and then test a Zoom call with you. See if you can hear me.
Oh boy,
can't wait. Then also, I could plug guitar into channel 1 and you can get my vocals and I could play guitar on the podcast.
Oh, that's what everyone fucking wants.
The whole world needed your fucking folk punk cover or your folk punk career to get off the ground, and we needed you to play guitar on the podcast and suck ass.
You have your loud ass Taylor on there.
But it's because the Apollo comes with free plugin. You bought the Apollo, and it with the plugins. It
came with a sprinkle of free plugins.
Free, yeah. I have a Marshall amp in there, and then I have a Ampeg amp, which actually sound pretty good. They come included with the fucking interface, and so I can always, instead of setting up and clicking, it's not a whole lot of work, but I can just click in there, boom, go, and I got a demo.
Nice.
So I'm just thinking of more things of how I can be, like you, and just let's try and just create music.
I already have 3 or 4 songs, dude. Not rock. I guess they're rock
They're
songs.
Fucking bangers.
They're fucking lit as fuck. That's what the kids are saying. No cap, dude.
Out of bounds, brother.
What is that, Hulk Hogan saying that?
It's Guy Fieri. It's a rock star bite. Out of left field with that one.
That bacon grease is money.
those slurping.
That's the money shot right in my mouth.
Slurping those noodles is just fucking just out of this park, out of this world. No, yeah, out of this world. Just like saying things from like a 90s like kids sticker pack. Out of this world.
Radical.
But yeah, I got some more, but we can always bring this up to another one. But let's bring it on home here. Bring it in for landing.
We've overstayed our welcome on this one.
Yeah. We got a topic in. I fucking got that in there.
Yeah.
All right, just want to say thank you for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast. You can follow along on social media. We have a Facebook group linked in the description, and then we also have an Instagram linked in the description, but it's at the Tone Jerks. Posting cool shit on the reg over there. If you like what you hear, you can leave a review on Apple Podcasts, and I think you can only just give us a 5 or 1 to 0 to 5 star review. Only okay,
no,
yeah. Kyle says that.
You can only do 5s. That's what iTunes is saying, or Apple.
Spotify, yeah. Spotify, you can leave 5-star reviews only on Spotify.
Sorry,
if you
guys.
do anything else, the cops have already been called. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You just got swatted.
Yeah. We'll swat your ass.
We'll swat your ass.
But we're also on YouTube. Give us a sub over there. Give us a dom over there. And then if you really like what you hear, you can help support the show on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. But if you double down for $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week. And you get an RSS feed that has all the back catalog of the podcast, which is over 240 episodes to your favorite podcatcher. You got to listen to all those. You got to listen to all the new ones coming out every Tuesday. Kyle, hold on. Hey, hold your horses. But just for the support, we wanted to give you all a huge shout out, a sizable acknowledgement. Kyle, you got a list over there?
Can I talk now?
Now are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're spacing out there. You're getting too leaned back in that chair.
I'm like,
you're almost too relaxed.
I know, dude.
I like
all this scissor up I was drinking earlier.
Yeah, you're getting too much Robitussin. Kyle's robo-tripping this episode.
Whoa! All right, we got...
Kyle, give me that list. Give it to me, baby.
I have Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove and the Second Button Podcast. I got Abe Newman and his brother Michael Newman. Nicholas Payson and his brother Nicholas Ogburn. We have... they have the same first name. It's kind of strange, but, they're related. Doug King, Doug Christ from 37 Effects. He's doing a podcast with Joe, Tony, Will. They're all just, you know, in those podcasts together.
Yeah.
Master of the Cinematic Universe, the Just Surprise Me podcast.
Your hands are like your hand signals that you're doing. You're like, they're all like this all over there.
Listen to that podcast this week. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'd not do it. Will Lehew's doing Energy Weapon also. Yeah, they're on all the same podcasts. Check them out. We'll maybe feature, this is a list. Those boys are up to no good. I'll tell you that. We got RJ from Teletalks. Got Jamie Davis, Johnny Ray, Steve Ralph from 60 Cycle Hum, Kevin E. Quits from Quits Guitars, Co Schneider from the band Night Tides in Tennessee. So I'm sure they're coming to a Tennessee town near you, but probably just in the Nashville.
He's the only town I see.
Yeah. He's only in the Nashville. Alvaro Viramontes.
Nashville, Gashville.
Yeah. Co moved to fucking Gashville. Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, Borther. We got Brian Nutter of Nutter Guitars, also in Nashville.
In Nashville, yeah.
And all these fuckers are in Nashville. Kevin E. Quits.
Also Nashville. Damn. You guys are cleaning up.
The boys are in Gashville.
The boys are back in town.
When I show up at Stashville, you know what I'm saying? So you can... No, okay. Boom.
Smashville.
Snatchville.
Yes.
You're not even trying to hide it. All right. We got Mel Chipson of Chipson Guitars. Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop. Sean Fahey from the band Shadowhounds. Sean Wright from Lollygagger Effects. Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects. Mike Oxbig, Huge Erection, and Yusuf fucking Cock. All right. Followed, by their handler, by their pimp, Zach Hale. All right. He's the goat.
He's in that 95 corralling them all.
Yeah, he's dropping them off.
He's slapping the car door. He's driving. Woo!
Ooh, doing donuts.
Yeah.
Woo!
This is for the cum board.
He's got Eric Merrill from YouTube. Scott Hamilton from the Effects Loop podcast. Tim Noack from Bardic Audio Devices. Tyler Rhines from Tyler Casey Riffs on Instagram. Matthew Fenslaw. Michael McVeigh. And Matthew Davis.
All right.
And that's the list.
Cool. That's it. A little longer one. But hey, yeah.
We apologize. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll slap him next time. On the ass.
Nice ass. Nice.
Nice. All right.
Bye. We'll see you next time.
All right. Bye.